episode 45 of the Zeens and Crochet vlogcast, blogcast, podcast. How are you? You alright? It has been a very long time. I have been off because it has been Christmas, and I have been off because I felt like I needed a break. That technically doesn't actually mean that I've had a break, because I've been working on commissions throughout the Christmas period and sort of generally plodding along with design work. But by not podcasting and not writing blogs and sort of taking in excessive amounts of photographs and what have you for Instagram, it's been a bit easier. Anyway, how are you? You alright? I've had better times. The Christmas period wasn't the best, but it's weird because when you have sort of slightly rubbish times, it doesn't negate the nice stuff as well. And so some things can make you feel really sad, but then right at the same time, it's just nice. I don't know, you're not necessarily always sad because sad things happen. Sad things can happen around you and you're generally feeling alright. I don't particularly want to start this episode with that kind of maudlin crap. But you may as well know that yesterday my stepdad died. He died of cancer. I've got something in my eye now. 4 months ago he was given 3 months to live, so he didn't do too badly, and it meant that, you know, he was around for Christmas and New Year and stuff like that, and we didn't know whether we would be or not. And so yeah, great. But also just, I mean, like, you still spend time with your family and it's lovely and stuff like that. So it's like, it's funny when somebody close to you dies, because people I know have died before, on varying degrees of sort of closeness, and I didn't realise that you don't sit around wearing black wailing when somebody dies. There's still nice things that happen and you can still have a laugh. And for years I didn't realise that, because for years nobody I knew died. And in the last 2 years, everybody I know has died. Oh my goodness, this is, yeah, anyway. I'm so sorry to start it like this, but I'm going to. And I would request that you do not comment to say sorry for your loss, blah, 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 because I hate that sort of thing. I hate it. Please don't. Please, I know, think about it by all means, but just don't type out the words. I don't want to read it. So I'm really sorry if that makes you cross. But what I would like you to do, if you're feeling that urge, type out a small sum onto a giving page to a hospice charity. Do that instead. That would make me happier. Anyway, so yeah, let's start with that. I've got I'm fiddling with my eyes now because I actually do have something in my eye now. It's true. The tears have dislodged something. Hang on a second. I've ruined my perfectly good makeup now. Very cross. It's going to be wonky. There's something, it might still be stuck in there. I saw it, a fibre. There's a fibre in there, which is a hazard of the job, isn't it? So, right, where am I? What I'm going to do is separate this episode into two. And so next week I'll record the second bit. But essentially, I'm just going to say episode 45, episode 46. Because I have got too much stuff to talk about. And it will take me forever. And it would be a 2.5 hour episode. Which would be a lifetime of editing, and I'm not up for that right now. So I'm going to try and keep it short and sweet by talking about some yarn acquisitions that I got for Christmas, because it has been Christmas, and some related stuff like that. What else? Mostly that. And one thing I made that I would like to give away, which I'll talk about at the end. But firstly, secondly, because I've just done a massive intro, I want to talk about diversity in the yarn craft community. I don't want to talk about it a great deal because I feel that other people have done it far more eloquently than me, and I shall put links. Oh, the battery's dying. I couldn't find a new battery, so I've had a lunch break and charged this battery as much as possible. Preparation is key, isn't it? Diversity. I think the problem is that I'm not really sure what to say about it, because we don't like talking about a diverse community. We don't like bringing up racism and discussing it openly because it's uncomfortable. And the point is, or one of the points, is that actually we do have to talk about inclusivity, diversity, racism, because if we don't, the fact that it's not equal footing for everybody is not going to go away. So we need to keep talking about it and feel uncomfortable sometimes, because that is important. Anybody is welcome here in this space, and that's what it boils down to. So I just wanted to say that. I know it's not a massive speech or anything, but I hope it's enough to get you thinking. If you don't think it's anything to do with you, it is. And if you don't think it's to do with you, then ask yourself why. Okay. I guess I should show you some of the things that Father Christmas treated me to. I was very lucky. So I'm aware that I'm slouching, I should sit up. I was very lucky this year and got some nice things. I will start by going way back in time, a few months, to when it was the getting your wishes granted thingy that was going on Instagram. I was too specific in some of my requests because I'd never done it before. I'd never done the wishes granted stuff, and I requested, like, I want a Floof Hunter bag, project bag. I was like, oh, it sounds horrid, it sounds so greedy, doesn't it? I want this and I want that. But, you know, I dished out a fair few wishes. I granted like 15 wishes or something, so I was just like, yeah, maybe. And I wanted Long Dog Yarns, which is a California-based yarn dyer. For reasons. There are reasons why I wanted Long Dog Yarns. And but one of them is that every time I see a picture of the yarn that Brandy dyes, I think she's called Brandy, it's stunning, absolutely stunning, and I wanted it. Anyway, a very lovely friend of mine said, oh, I will buy you a skein of Long Dog yarn and send it to you. And I was just like, oh my goodness, are you sure? Really, really, really? Yes. And also, going above and beyond, this is Claudia from Crochet Luna, because she's gorgeous and amazing. She went above and beyond, because I very cheekily said, and if I bought more, if I ordered more, could you order it for me with the one that you bought me and send it to me. And she said yes, because she's flipping amazing. And so, because it had come all the way from America, I thought I may as well make, you know, do it properly and order not a substantial amount, but enough to kind of go, I now have the long dog yearning out of my system. So let me show you. First off, I got some tonal blue, which is a double knit merino. It's 100% superwash merino, and this colourway is called Twilight, and it's dyed to order. So I'm super extra lucky that Claudia was willing to do this for me, because it's quite a faff. So, oh my god, just like the beauty of these colours is just stunning. It just blows me away. But these, I am truly knocked for 6. Is it knocked for 6? Is that what one says? This is Wild Child. It's merino DK again, because I wanted them to go together for something. Don't know yet. I've got a vague idea that they could go in one design that I'm thinking about, but I'm undecided. Wild Child this is, and I have been lusting after this for at least a year. Flipping love it. It's like an oatmeal base with some acid lime greens and orange and hints of pink and stuff, and a bit of yellow going on there. But like literally, I am in love. It's just gorgeous. I'm so glad that I've got my mitts on this. So glad. And then I got some 2 skeins of Bounce sock in, this is 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon, and the colourway is Day Glow, which I love. And I've got the perfect pattern for it. Let me just look it up. It is a new release, and I bought it the other night and was promptly refunded because, oh, I don't know what am I doing? Come on, Ravelry, where are you? Let's get here. Rav. It's called the Frost Shawl, and it's a brand new release. It's a triangle shawl, and it is by Hannah of the Cozy Cottage Crochet. Where's my library? How do you get to the library from your profile? Oh no, I've hit edit profile. I meant to hit profile. Go back. I tell you what I'm going to do is use that to, well, the pattern is actually I think for a double knit. So arguably I could use these guys, but I'm not going to. I'm going to use the 4-ply, I think, the Day Glow. And by the way, this is some, you know, Claudia posted these out to me, and along with some toys for my boys, which, by the way, Claudia, they love. Arthur, that's my youngest, he takes his to bed with him. Even though it's not a cuddly toy, he takes it to bed with him. Library, come on. Everything. Frost shawl. Even though the pattern is for a double knit, this is 4-ply, it'll be alright. I've got 2 skeins, I'll just keep going until it runs out, I suppose. And I'm sure it'll be okay. It'll be smaller, clearly. So this is the frost shawl. You can't actually see. I'll try and get a picture and put it on my blog with the link notes and all of that, like usual. I'll put a picture up. It has some lovely textural qualities, using front post back post stitches, I believe. And what I'm going to do for those panel sections is probably stick to the basics for 2 of them, and then the final panel of raised stitches, I thought I could work in this as well, which is an ancient ball of alpaca mohair that I did at got a yarn swap last year. I don't know if this will stretch that far, but I'll give it a go. But just for the final panel, because I've only got 1 ball, and I thought that might be quite effective, and I want to use it. This is 42% alpaca, 42% mohair, 16% nylon binder. Annabelle Fox. Got no idea if this stuff's still going or what. There's only 50 grams there, 100 metres. We shall see. But at some point, that's the plan, is to make the frost shawl in that. I think it will look good. I think it will be nice. And I've got a load of massive shawls, so I don't need it to be as big as the one that Hannah made. Just sort of maybe like for the spring or something, a light one. I'm just putting it back in, oh I've forgotten that one. I'm just putting it back in my Ziploc bag to protect it from potential nasties. The frost shawl is only a couple of quid. Like, I think I paid, at the moment there's a discount, I might have paid like £3 in total, which is nothing for a pattern. And Hannah's patterns are very thorough. They're tech edited, they're beautifully laid out and stuff, so well worth it. I was just very surprised you didn't have to do the refund, Hannah. You didn't. I would have been happy to pay for it. But thank you very much. I can't wait to make that one. I've got a few more designs to work on in January that I'll talk about next episode, and then hopefully from February I can make some other things, some things for me and things that aren't my designs. I need a break from working stuff. I just want to follow somebody else's pattern. So I'm going to make Hannah's frost shawl, and remember I talked about the zigzag jumper from Yarn Family. I want to make that, which is a top down sweater with a cool zigzag on the front. I want to make that and that. So more on what I want to make in the future next episode. So what else did I get for Christmas? Oh yeah, I got myself a knit kit. I made, it's very warm, it's sort of matting slightly under the sleeves. But I got a knit kit from Lauren Aston Designs to make this, which is called the Dreamy Oversized Cardigan. It is ginormous. If you've seen a picture on Instagram, I did show it. It's supposed to be oversized, although to be honest with you, I would probably, if I were to make it again, I would not make it as big. I would adjust the pattern so that it was narrower. But it's quite big. Can't get it all on camera, it's like... The sleeves are, they're alright. They come to they do come to my wrist. But I did an extra repeat on the sleeves because a friend of mine had made it and I tried hers on and she said she'd done an extra repeat, and I knew I needed to because I tried hers on. And yeah, and I've seen a few other people who are taller and it only comes to there, so you do need to do an extra repeat of this section. It worked up so fast, mainly because I did not work on anything else for, I think there was about 3 days where I solidly knitted because I wanted it done for New Year's Eve. I got it Christmas Day and I cast on the back on Christmas Day, but messed it up, and so on Boxing Day I started properly. But didn't sort of, I think it took the back, 3 days to do the back, on and off, because I was working on a commission that took priority. But once that was done, I boshed this out pretty quick. I don't have much knitting experience. I've knit scarves and a hat. That's about it. But this was dead easy for a beginner knitter. I got knitting needles with the kit. And yeah, it worked out quite easily. It is designed for beginners, so I think everything sort of just is sort of very simple to do. I think probably the knit and the purl was the trickiest because you had to remember where you were, but the more I did it, the more I recognised the rows and which, like if a row was facing this way, it meant I was on a purl row and vice versa. And you know, you get all the bumps for the pearls and stuff. I began recognising that more clearly. And yeah, I learnt a lot. There's a couple of mistakes where I couldn't be bothered to sort of either rip it back or tink, because I learnt how to tink when I was doing this. There were times when I was just like, oh, I've just seen, I've got my purl and my knits mixed up, but it's 2 rows down. Can't be bothered to change it. I did that twice. And both times I went, it'll be okay. And yeah, it does not jump out at you. I have pretty much worn this every day since. On New Year's Eve morning, I was hastily making the last sleeve, and then my stitching together, I mean, you can't really tell too much, but this is a massive botch job. I promised myself that I was going to undo it and re-stitch it neatly together after I'd worn it for New Year's Eve. I haven't. And it's all felted together now anyway, so that would be nigh on impossible to do. It is the warmest thing I own now. It's 100% merino. It could do with sort of some anti-pilling something or other. I don't know. It's pilled. But that's, I think I'm literally wearing it all the time. Would I like another one? Yeah, totally. In lots of different colours. Yes, please. I think this knit kit was like 70 quid. I got it for Christmas. It's not that expensive, I don't think, for a merino massive cardigan. I dare say that it would be a lot more if you were to buy the finished article, which I think you can do on Lauren's website, but I needed the challenge of making it myself. And I like, mission accomplished, did it. I'm amazed. I wonder if I can see any of my mistakes. There's one. And look, there's some fluff on it as well. Like just a lone purl, I think, when it should have been a knit or something. Nobody is gonna, like if I'm walking down the street, nobody's gonna point it out and go, oh, look at that error. They're not. I did it again over here. No, I think that one and this one were the 2 mistakes I made. Don't think I've made it anywhere else. Don't think so. I did most of it continental style. My pearls were always continental, but when I was doing loads and loads of it all in one, on like big sessions, I did end up doing purl continental and then knitting with just by wrapping, because it gave my wrists a rest to interchange the two techniques. In fact, I think that saved me. I think if I was to do it all continental, my wrist would have been knackered, because I'm not accustomed to doing it that often, but because it's so chunky, it worked up quite quickly. So yeah, knit kit. I got a leather bound notebook so that I can write crochet ideas in it. And I did start by sort of drawing out designs, because it's grid paper. I can do my C2C drawings in it if I so choose. Because as you know, sometimes I use like the online software, but I also do enjoy just scribbling it out on paper as well. I'll talk about that next week. But it was made by my sister-in-law's husband, who's just started his own leather business. I really like it. It feels really nice. He's done a good job. Quite pleased with that. So that was a Christmas present. And then what else? Oh, this is quite funny. Got myself a project bag. I haven't used it yet. I need a project for it. The funny thing about this is that I got the same present for my sister. So we got each other the same thing without realising it, which I thought was quite funny. Tickled me. Pure coincidence. Really? From the same sort of independent Etsy shop we both bought from. I think I could put Hannah's frost shawl in there. I think that would be good if I wind up those skeins. But I want to do it now and I can't. It's really annoying. What else did I get for Christmas? I got this. Toft. Toft is posh, I think. It's alpaca. Toft originally was an alpaca farm, and then they branched out to do crochet patterns and stuff with the alpaca yarn, something like that. So I got these 3 balls of double knit. It's beautifully soft, 100% baby alpaca. Actually, that's a different label. This one says it's called Ulysses. They've all got different labels. I wonder if they came from different kits or whatever. They've all got different labels, so they might have done, because this is actually a charity shop find. I got it from my brother and his wife. I dare say it's his wife that bought it, not my brother. But I got a booklet thingy, which has got patterns in it. Like from, I don't know, I haven't actually looked in it properly, but it's a lot of the animal patterns. So I could make any one of these. There's a koala, a goat, donkey. I hate donkeys. Cow, chimpanzee, cheetah, and there's an alpaca. Anyway, I don't think I'm going to make any of those, because despite the fact that I love the Toft designs, I think they are brilliant. I think they're genius, actually. Just like the what they've done with those designs, especially I like that flip book where they're all the Monster Imaginarium one. It's brilliant. And I should get myself one of those books, but I haven't actually. I never just haven't, because I know I'm not going to make any of the designs, even though I think they look stunning. I've sort of not a massive amigurumi maker. I'm an amigurumi fan, but I don't do it often enough to justify the purchase of those books, even though I think to look at they're just cool. Anyway, so I've got 3 balls of this, £3 from a charity shop. These do not cost £3 a ball. I think it's like 16 quid a ball or something. One's just gone all the way over there. So anyway, what I'm going to do is possibly crochet a scarf and then give it back to my sister-in-law. Do that controversial thing. Do you remember that there was that article recently where a mother-in-law gifted her daughter-in-law wool? The daughter-in-law made the mother-in-law a blanket, gave it back, and the mother-in-law was disgusted because she'd been re-gifted the stuff she'd bought. Don't think you understand handmade love. Anyway, that top-notch present, brilliant. What else did I get? You know, I wrote that list about what to get crocheters for Christmas, and I did explicitly say it's best not to buy me anything from this list, because chances are I've already got it. And some other things I was just like, it's not my cup of tea, but I know other people would love it. So don't get it for me, because I might not like it, might not want it, but somebody else would think it was like the best thing ever. My husband read that list and ignored that and bought me this. Fluff Hunter. What a lucky person he is that actually I was desperate for a Fluff Hunter project bag. What are the chances? I did what I wanted one. It was pink writing, not blue, but I'll let that go. I'll let that slide. Or rose gold, or a hologram one. That would have been cool. But this is sort of like a teal colour. I wanted it on navy, but they're inside, which I'll talk about next week. But I have 3 skeins of John Arbon Exmoor sock yarn, which isn't released until next week. I've got a design to make with these, and I'll talk about it. Hopefully I'll finish them next week and I'll talk about it. But that is exclusive yarn. And very exciting. That's what's living in here, alongside lots of other John Arbon yarn, minis, loads of them. Talk about that next week as well. I really hope I find time next week to talk about these things, because obviously when somebody does die in the family, there's a lot of stuff you have to sort out and organise. I'm going to Southampton to be with my mum tomorrow and on Sunday, but presumably I'll have to go back for the funeral. But I think probably I'll be going back an awful lot anyway, because you just do. That's what one does. But it does mean that I have no idea what my schedule is going to be like for recording next week, but I really hope that I get to do episode 46 at some point next week. On the other side, I've got some badges that I got for Christmas. This one has got that from my sister as well, which I think is well funny. I don't know if you can see that. Look at my badge. That's what it says. Look at my badge. And this one's from Claudia. Good girls get all the yarn. I think that one's from Claudia. But it might be via Zelda, because I got Yarn is Life. This is an exclusive from Zelda. Zelda NRJ3, who is I think she's an LA based podcaster, prolific crocheter, and all-round super person. She puts a smile on my face all the time, and her badge is awesome. And I got this one as well. Z touched me, you weirdo. But she has touched me. She has. Emotionally. So I got those, and they are cherished. Don't cherish much, but I cherish this stuff. And that's it. I think those are my yarny related Christmas presents that I got. Sorry I keep playing with my hair. I have noticed that I'm doing it. Fluff Hunter, ball bag. Toys for the boys. Yes, I've mentioned that. Long dog, yes. Zelda badges, yes. Taft, yes, yes. And so, lastly, one more thing. I had some leftover of this, like about that much of each ball, and it's chunky yarn. And with each ball I made a square. I used a 10mm hook, I think, and I made a square out of each spare ball that I had. I had four balls left over, and then I used this blue stuff. Is from Wool Couture. It was a 50-gram ball of chunky stuff, super chunky, that I bought from Yarndale. I will talk about what I did with the other 50-gram ball that I bought next episode. But I made a cowl. It's not perfect because it sort of sits a bit loosely, and I like it. I would have liked it to have sat more closely to my neck, I think, to keep out the wind. But I know that this is a look, this is a thing. You can wear it like this. I could have done with chopping out one of the squares, but I don't know, that might have been a bit too tight. Anyway, I made this the other day, but just as a mindless project. Didn't want to think about anything. I really like it, but I want to give it away to you. I don't want it, I'm not going to wear it. It's only a small thing, but I would like to give it to somebody who deserves a treat. So if you know somebody that you think would like it, deserves it, it's quite nice. It's 100% merino. It's very warm and snuggly. If you want to, if there's somebody, I don't know, you don't have to know them personally, but as long as you've got a means of getting it to them, then comment below about why you would give it to that person, I suppose. I don't need an essay, but like just a two or three sentences would do, and then I will draw a winner next week. So it's a really quick turnaround, really quick giveaway, and I would ask that you send me your address so that I send it to you and then you pass it on to the person that you want to gift it to. Does that make sense? Think so. I'm never very good at these giveaways, am I? I never think about them until I actually hit record, and then I'm like, oh, I need a thing, a prompt, a thing to do the giveaway with. Of course I'll read all the comments and stuff like that, but ultimately I think it'll be a random choosing. I'm not gonna choose like my favourite comment or the most deserving person, because who am I to judge who deserves it more than one person over the other? That's not how it works. So yeah, I'll just put it to one side, and then next week, or whenever it is I record, I think probably I'll try and do it again so that it's next Friday. But if that changes, then I guess I'll have to delay it rather than bring it forward, because that wouldn't be fair. Watch this space. And that's it, because next time I'll save all the other stuff. So I have some John Arbin stuff to talk about. I need to cut my fringe back in. It takes so long to grow out that what happens if I cut it back in and I go, oh, I don't like it. I don't know. John Arbin stuff to talk about. I have a Wool and the Gang kit to talk about. I want to talk about the Making Things app, which hopefully you've heard about. I'll talk about lots of finished objects and works in progress. Maybe some design plans for 2019. I want to talk about some handmade hooks. I want to talk about Waking Winter, and maybe sort of whether or not I'm going to go to the Edinburgh Yarn Festival and or Unravel, because if I go to either of those festivals then I can't buy any yarn because I haven't actually got any money. I can't afford to do. I did a major restock. For me, I spent quite a lot of money at Yarndale, and I still haven't worked enough since then to sort of reap back what I spent, and therefore can't justify spending any more money. Although I would like sweater quantities of the same yarn. I don't have any of that at all. I only do like 1 or 2 skeins here and there, so I may somehow manage to convince myself that a sweater quantity, just one sweater quantity, is what's required for something, because I've got a new idea for a jumper. Yeah. Right, I hope you don't feel shortchanged that I'm splitting this, but I just haven't got the wherewithal to do a mammoth episode, so I do apologise. I hope you're well, and I'll see you again hopefully next week. Okay, cheerio, bye.